How weird is it going to be to play this game with only select fans in Bramlage Coliseum?
Well, obviously, for our young guys, the new guys that haven't experienced the atmosphere, whether it's the one in Allen or, in Bramlage, you wish they could. I thought about it actually this morning, that they could have that experience, because it's one of the, special games in college basketball, special rivalry. Obviously, the fans, both sides, get pretty excited about it. And, you just wish you could have it, but we are having a game. And that, I was just on a radio interview, and, you think about our league and pretty much the success we've had getting games in, and we've been able to, other teams in our league have, and, as I said last week, I think that you turn on some TV stations and guys have just got to 10 games, 11 games, and we're double that. So it's a good opportunity. I keep telling our guys every time they get to play, it's a special opportunity. And then this is a special game. We'll have to play really well, to have a chance. They're very good defensively. Bill's teams have always been good. I think they've gotten better as the year has gone on. They got such versatility with their guys. They got length. They got some guys that are pretty strong and that can bump you off your cut, switch, and deal with you. And that's my biggest fear is us finding ways to score. They've struggled at times scoring. But when they get going, they're very, very capable of scoring in high numbers and getting on runs. So we'll have to do a good job on both ends of the court.
And in the first game you played against them, they seemed bound and determined not to let Nigel go off on you. Assuming they key in on him again, what are some things you could do to get him some more open looks?
I think Nigel got out of kilter a little bit. He got out of his pace. They made him rush. They blitzed ball screens. They, anytime he came off of a cut, they kind of jammed him. And I talked with him yesterday after practice. We've showed him some stuff. Just keep a good pace. Make the next pass. He had Casey for a layup. He had Davion a couple times. Now make them pay. If they're going to do that, make them pay. We're going to have to get good movement. They do a great job of switching some ball screens, blitzing ball screens, and we're going to have to make the next pass. I think probably one of the big keys will be not only Nigel, but other guys that we play off of their defense, and we're able to make them continuously rotate and get in the paint, make the next pass, get in the paint, make the next pass, a lot like we did against Texas, if we're going to have any success.
All right. Thanks, Bruce. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Next question to John Kurtz.
Yeah, Bruce, are they doing anything differently really from the first time you guys saw them? Has much changed there with KU?
I think they've evolved as a team. You figure out ways you can score. They're getting Abaji in the pin downs quite a bit. He's really good at that. Obviously McCormick is really, one of the numbers wise, got to be one of the most improved guys in the league. Especially as the season has gone on, they've really made a commitment to getting him the ball. And he's scoring not only on the block, but he's, a couple times we got him, like 8-10 feet off the block. He did his nice little turnaround. And then they mix in, I think it was Christian Braun, to me, is a key for them when he can get, his open, 2 or 3, 4 threes. Now you really stretch the defense and put you in a bind, because they got, Garrett getting to the basket. They got Abaji coming off pin downs. They got McCormick in the paint. Now they got you all strung out. Now you get Braun for open shots, and now that makes them much more effective.
Are you anticipating Dejuan having a chance of being back this week at all?
I think there's a chance. I would say by Saturday for sure. He did. I worked him out Sunday. His conditioning, obviously 2 weeks with really nothing except, he started in the pool late last week running. He did get involved in practice yesterday, periodically, parts of the practice. We'll see how he does today. If we can, I don't want to push him tomorrow if there's any doubt, but maybe limited tomorrow, possibly, hopefully Saturday.
Appreciate it, Bruce. Thanks.
Yeah.
Next question to Todd Lebo.
Morning, Coach. How are you doing today?
All right. Fine. Thank you.
You guys are almost through this season. It's certainly been trying to get on the basketball court and to, not winning as many games as you'd like. What have you seen from your guys away from the court as far as have they come together? Has it been just if there's some sort of descriptive words you can use to kind of explain what this has been like to try to get to where you are right now, just getting games played?
I don't know. And I talked to coaches, talked to Tom Izzo yesterday. Matt Painter this morning. It's just hard. People have no idea. And it's hard on obviously the coaches. There was an article last week. I didn't read it, but I just saw the headlines. I'm everything but a coach. And, you've had to do so many different things. Our trainers who are our healthcare workers, our frontline guys, they've been extraordinary with not only their time, but their knowledge and working with the doctors and giving us a chance. But for the kids, it's hard. We got back Saturday night, and now you got to tell them, hey, you got to get up and test in the morning again on Sunday on your day off. It's just, you see stuff on the news, the mental health of young people. And again, we're just trying to be positive with our guys. Not only the season, Kellis just brought up no fans in the stands, the experiences, the travel, it's different. We can't do things that we normally do. But I keep encouraging them that they've stuck with it. I keep encouraging them that, you become tougher, you become better in the your long haul of your life, going through challenges like this. And I keep, applauding them that they haven't quit. They keep battling. For the most part, I didn't think last week the practices were great, but yesterday was really good again. So, give them some credit because it has not been easy for them. Whether you win or lose, it's, teams around the country, coaches around the country, it has been a difficult challenge for everybody.
So in the Big 12 this year, I mean, you guys are only one game short of right now being able to finish. Do you think you're going to get that extra game in that off week? And what should they do at the top there? Baylor's so many games behind as far as number of games played. You guys have played through without having a couple of guys. Has everyone maybe made that sacrifice and played some games that they didn't want to have to go play shorthanded?
Well, you always kind of wonder, but I have, because obviously Elvin Brooks was on our staff. I think Baylor really got hit hard this last time, and it's not just one or two guys that got it this time. I think they have a majority of their team, so we hope they can recover. Obviously, Scott, it's a special year for him and a great group, and I know we voted for league standings that it's going to go on percentages because we anticipated early everyone wouldn't have equal number of games. They're going to do their best to get as many games in as possible. I've been told if everything goes right, we'll play that Iowa State game that last week. Obviously, a lot of things can still happen between now and then. And they're just going to make up as many games as possible. And then we all knew this was not going to be perfect. And you try to do what's best for the league, for our school, for our athletic department. And, just have to deal with the tough times. I saw Nebraska's playing, they played Friday night, Sunday. I think they're playing Tuesday, Wednesday at Maryland to make up games. And then they got to come back and get another one. So it's just not been normal, and everyone's doing their best to get through it.
Next question of Michael Goins.
Yeah, Bruce, how would you evaluate Davion Bradford's advancement, and how have you continued to encourage him to make progress?
Well, I think that, again, I've said over and over, he's been my most pleasant surprise. Again, for him to average 30 minutes, I'll going into it, I thought maybe he would have 18 or 20 at the most. So his endurance has been much better. He's a special young man. He just a good, happy kid. We get after him and he smiles. He wants to be coached. He wants to do better. He appreciates it. He apologizes. He says, thank you. You just can't ask for more. You saw a move on Saturday that I had not seen. He got the ball at the free throw line and did a Euro step and then didn't fall down and scored. So, he's done better and better. With it, he needs his next step will be in the off season, getting in the weight room, which, was limited in the summer and the fall. He's really got to get his legs stronger. If he can do that, he can take another big step going into next year. But, defensively, footwork is going to be a big thing. And I think some of that comes with strength. Some of it comes with knowledge. And then some of it just working on footwork, which, I've told a lot of the guys just talking to them. Now you know what this is about. Now you know what you got to work on. Now are you going to do it? And are you going to do it, beyond and to make the steps you need to make, because it just doesn't happen overnight. But again, I can't say enough about him. He's been a blast to coach, and he's done really, really well for us.
And how has Casey Ezeagu progressed since he returned a couple weeks ago?
Well, and I said it to you guys, and I told his dad, when he decided to have the surgery, I said, you got to understand, this is not going to be easy. And I've done it before with guys. You sit out 7 weeks, you don't practice. Now you get in the middle you're coming back in the middle of the season. So you don't have those reps that you need to get back. I thought Saturday he made a real post move, the up and under that he hasn't done in a long time. So, slowly but surely he's gotten a little better with just kind of getting that rhythm and feel. I thought our big guys, they were 9 for 14. Casey's 4 for 5 and Davion 5 for 9. So they, for those guys, if, we can get that kind of production Wednesday night, obviously that would be really, really helpful for us.
And he seems to be a loose, fun-loving guy. Is he kind of one of the guys that keeps people loose on the team?
Yeah, well, Davion's probably the happiest go-lucky guy. I think one of the better ones, Rudy. But Casey's got a good spirit about him. He's a little older, a little more mature. Obviously, he's been to prep school, Canada, been all over the place, UTEP. So he's got a good spirit about him, a good sense of what, reality is and what life's about. And so, I think that's, his maturity. That's the problem. We could have used his maturity, but now when you're trying to get your game back and get your conditioning back, it's hard to be a leader, hard to be a guy that is a spirited guy because you're struggling yourself. So hopefully as he moves forward here, this last stretch, he can get a little more confidence, feel good about himself, and then help other people around him, because that's the kind of person he is.
Thank you, Bruce.
Okay, we'll do one last question to Kellis Robinette.
That question you were asking earlier made me think, is there a minimum number of games you think a team should have to play to claim a Big 12 championship, even in a year like this?
I don't know if, I'll be honest, I didn't pay close enough attention if they did that. I know obviously the NCAA put in a minimum number of games to get in the tournament. Again, anticipating ahead of time, what was what was going to maybe happen. And teams all over the country have dealt with different situations. If they can get to, 14, 15 games in the league, they should be able to win the championship. And I'm sure there'll be some kind of asterisk there, but if they have that opportunity and still win it, that's what we all voted on early, and that's what you got to kind of stick with.
Yeah. I mean, if they go undefeated, then it's not much of a debate.
It's not a question. Yes. And it'll be interesting how they come back. Again, their experience, their toughness, their feel, should help them, but it may take it may take them a little bit of time to get some rhythm back, and you hope they feel good as they get into the tournament so they can have a nice run.